Wish TV. All Indiana Politics
is your premier source for Indiana politics.
Focusing on issues that matter to you.
In-depth, nonpartisan coverage, exclusive interviews with Indiana's political leaders, expert analysis on critical legislation. From Wish TV, this is All Indiana Politics Podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network.
I'm Garrett.
Don't let high golf rates drive you out of bounds. Save big with the Wish TV Great Golf Club card.
Central Indiana's largest golf club card membership is back for the 8th season with more courses than ever before. Save over 75% on tee times at 27 Central Indiana golf courses. All you need is the Wish TV Great Golf Club card. Cards are valid for the entire 2026 golf season.
Great courses, great savings. Score your Great Golf Club card today.
Central Indiana. Wish TV is now live on YouTube TV and Hulu Live, offering more hours of local programming than any other station. Search for Wish TV or look for CW8 on both YouTube TV and Hulu Live to find us. Watch local news, sports, and lifestyle shows live from Wish TV. You can still catch Wish TV free over the air or stream it live on wishtv.com and on the free Wish TV mobile apps. Wish TV, available in more places for the latest news, weather, and sports.
Bergquist, government reporter for Wish TV and the producer of All Indiana Politics. Blythe Potter is one of 2 Democrats running for Secretary of State at the state party convention on June 6th. She's a U.S. Army veteran and is a small business owner. I sat down with her to talk about her vision for the office. And joining us now is Blythe Potter, Democratic candidate for Secretary of State. Blythe, thank you for coming in today.
Thank you for having me.
Why are you running for Secretary of State?
The simplest reason is I'm angry with the way politics is handled in Indiana. I've lived here for 44 years. There's a lot of controversy constantly happening back and forth, a lot of blaming, and mostly what it boils down to is everyone in the state of Indiana, our tax dollars are being spent to be abused by politicians, and I would like to see that changed, and I have some ideas for that.
You said you wanted to create state-funded voter guides for each election.
Yes.
What would that entail? Why do you want to do that?
Well, we'll scale it up. We already have on the Secretary of State's website, there's information on the candidates, party, and what they're running for, and that's about it. It's on the voter to figure out what's their platform, where do they stand on XYZ position. So I want to obviously have a digital version so anyone with internet access can gain it, find out all they need to know in one spot. Candidates, party affiliation, a little bit of information from each candidate, what their websites are, how to connect with them, how the voting process works, what every office on your ballot is. A lot of people have no clue what a precinct committee person is, or a delegate, or a township trustee, and how important they are, but also how people can engage with their local county parties. All county parties, not just Democrat or Republican, if there happens to be independent, very comprehensive, but then also have a physical version. We still have about 10% of the population with no internet access, and some people might want Braille or other types of paper, so. On your website, you call the Secretary of State's office systems outdated. Yep.
What specifically do you want to change?
All of it. So for instance, the campaign finance portal for the Secretary of State's office looks like it was done in the late 90s. It's not easy to find, it's not intuitive. A lot of this stuff is really hard to do, especially on mobile. So I want to make sure everything is mobile ready. As a small business owner, I'm an end user of the NBIZ website. Modernize that, make it mobile ready, and have resources for small business owners to really set them up for success. But before I make any changes, I want to put information out so that Hoosiers, regardless of voting status, regardless of political ideology, they can leave feedback like, I want to change my login, I want to be able to do this, or I want to, whatever they've seen while using it, give us feedback like, how can we improve this, not just what I want to do, so that there's really some buy-in from the public.
And you mentioned your small business experience. That actually leads me into my next question. The Secretary of State also handles business licenses. What could Indiana business owners expect from you in that regard?
Oh, first of all, to listen, because I know I'm not the only person who has ideas of what could change or how things need to be navigable. But really just making it a good place for resources. Having the ISBDC, instead of a small logo at the bottom, let's put it at the top. Let's get links to the SBA and SCORE and other already taxpayer-funded resources for small business owners. My master's is in business administration, but focused on conscious capitalism. So I also want to put a portal, something free for business owners, regardless of size, how they can have a more sustainable business. So they're helping their community, they're helping the environment, and we're lowering our carbon footprint across the state.
What are some things you learned both from your military experience and from your business experience that you would apply to the office?
That's one of the things, I'm glad you asked that because it really leads me to where I am. I have been that low person on the totem pole, like that little E3 private and basic training where you see your leadership or your whomever you're going to say more like, do as I say, not as I do. They're not practicing what they preach. They may not really care about the well-being of the entire group. So I've been in leadership positions in many arenas, but really being someone who can lead by example and teach fellow leaders, hold the baton, pass the baton, however you want to call it, and really open up access to getting into politics, understanding how this works, and making sure that we have an informed and educated voter base.
Current Secretary of State Diego Morales has faced accusations of nepotism, improper use of taxpayer dollars. How would you address those issues?
Well, first, we won't hire family. Like, pretty much anything Diego does, we'll do the opposite. Just be transparent and open. If we have a bid for something, let's make it public. Let's make sure it's available for unions to bid on it. If we want to do something like the ballot book, let's show them the cost that it's going to be. Let's show what we want to do with it. Really opening this up. I see politics as a customer service job. I've waited tables. I've been in every arena of customer service, and it is our tax dollars that should be working for us that they really aren't right now. So I want to also lead the way for other candidates and future politicians in the state and hopefully beyond to really be good stewards of that money and have that transparency.
Your opponent at the convention, Bo Bai, has a pretty significant fundraising edge over you, and he also has the name recognition from his father and his grandfather. Does that concern you at all?
Not even a little bit. Name recognition with the way media and social media are, that can happen overnight. And money, that's a hot button issue for a lot of people. There are a lot of studies that show people want the money out of politics, and we have designed this campaign. One, we want to honor where we are with the economy and do smarter decisions with our money. There is nothing our campaign is lacking. Our social media is kicking it. Our website is amazing. Our platform is amazing. Our footprint is amazing. Our responding to people is amazing. We have a paid team. We've got money in the bank. We are doing really well. We're doing things like a small business owner would do. We're being creative. We're talking to people, doing the boots on the ground work, which I was an enlisted soldier, so we are good, easy. We work for a living. And I want to be able to show other candidates, not just statewide candidates, how you can do things on a smaller budget, work smarter with your money, make it adaptable, and something that's going to set the party and any candidate in the future, regardless of the position, up for success going forward. Because everything we are doing, it's easy to share that information, how we're doing it with other candidates.
The Secretary of State's office is best known for running elections. What's one lesser known function of that office that you'd like to work on?
Oh, that I'd like to work on. Really, other than the elections and the ballot book, my biggest passion for this is updating the NBIS website, the Secretary of State's website, where notary publics go to do their continuing education or get their paperwork. Just making things more accessible and intuitive and function better for people.
Should Indiana require hand-marked paper ballots for all counties?
I am going to say I do not think so, but I don't think this should be up to me. So if it were up to me, I will be elected. I will work with the state legislature. Let's get citizen-led ballot initiatives a thing in Indiana. Put it on the ballot. Let the voters decide, so it's not the Republicans, it's not the Democrats who did it, it is the voters who decided this is what we want to do with whatever the issue is.
What makes you the best choice at the convention?
I have experience living in Indiana under this landscape. I know what it means to live in a rural red community. I know what it means to feel like my community has been neglected. I have lost healthcare providers, I've lost hospitals, our schools are underfunded, our roads are underfunded, and I know what it means to be in this place where I love my state. This is where I'm from. I've lived here for 44 years, but I need to be able to stay here. I want my children to stay here. Both of my oldest, they want to leave the state once they're done with their schooling, and I would like for my 5-year-old to not be in that position when she graduates.
Blythe Potter is one of 2 Democrats running for Secretary of State at the convention. Thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
That was Blythe Potter. She's one of 2 Democrats running for Secretary of State at the State Party Convention on June 6th. Remember, you can catch All Indiana Politics every Sunday morning at 9:30 on Wish TV and at 11:30 p.m. on WRTV. I'm Garrett Bergquist. Thanks for listening.
From Wish TV, this is All Indiana Politics Podcast on the All Indiana Podcast Network. Watch All Indiana Politics live Sunday mornings at 9:30 on Wish TV and at wishtv.com. Subscribe to this podcast and listen weekly here on the All Indiana Podcast Network. And be sure to discover even more great podcasts at allindianapodcastnetwork.com.